the Atlantic and enjoying a little R&R, a little vacation, get away from the cold up in North Dakota. We do this call every week. And, a couple of reasons that we do this call is that we're trying to support our team. We're trying to show people how they can build a business easily. And I think a lot of times people get so confused with different things about the compensation plan. They think that they have to know everything, all the ins and outs, all the little intricacies of the compensation plan. And really, honestly, you don't have to. You can build a business, and really, we're going to go through that tonight real quickly, and then I'm going to jump off the call. And every week, then we do a second part of the call. And Katie Larking, my friend and business partner from down in Australia, she's got a great understanding of the products and the science behind the products. And she spends some time going over a product, kind of the product of the week. Let's call it the product of the week. So I'll start out tonight. And really what I'm going to say is that, if you're just getting into the business and you want to dabble your toes in the water, you want to, just kind of test the water, or maybe you're just, you've got some health challenges, you want to, just, not really get involved with the business too much. What I have to say may not be exactly what you want to hear, but listen anyhow, because someday it's going to make sense to you and you're going to go, hey, I wish I would have done that. Or you might say, hey, I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna do that. So I'll start out by saying this is that when you get into network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, however you want to look at it, the thing about it is a lot of people, they don't really look at it as a serious business. They think of it more like a hobby. And when you do a hobby, the reason that your tax department in your country gives you a discount on hobbies is because there really isn't any money that's made. And so if you're doing this kind of as a hobby, you're trying to make $100 here or there, enough to pay your products, that's a hobby. What I'm talking about is if you want to make some serious money, and I'm going to say that 97% of people who get into network marketing never make consistently $1,000 a month. Think about that. I mean, the other day I was talking to a friend of mine, and 2 years ago in the company that he was with, he was making $700,000 a month. That's what he was taking home from the company. And so that's not a hobby. He's treating it as a real business. But 97% of people never even make $1,000 a month. Katie, isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If you're not making $1,000 a month, really, honestly, it's not because you're not necessarily trying. Maybe it's because you just don't understand. And a lot of times what can happen is you can get into what's called paralysis, analysis paralysis, where you're trying to learn everything about the company. You're trying to learn everything about the product. You're trying to learn everything about the compensation plan. Folks, you don't have to do that. What you have to understand is simply this, is that when you get started, think of it about like startup costs, right? When you start a business, if you're going to make a business that's going to consistently pay you, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I mean, the potential, like my friend, $700,000 a month, right? If you're going to get started with a business that has a potential to pay you $700,000 a month, $750,000 a month, think about it. How much does it cost to get involved to start a business like that? And it's going to cost you a little bit of money. Well, the beauty of this versus starting like a franchise or a chain restaurant or anything like that is that instead of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started, you only have to put out about $500. And it varies depending on the pack, but you start out with what's called a wealth builder pack. And it's a one-time purchase that you have to make. And what it does is it opens up the doors to every piece of our compensation plan. You're not leaving any money on the table. And I think that's really, really important. You don't want to leave any money on the table. If you came and worked for me, you're going to say, how much do I get paid? And I said, well, I can pay you either $10 an hour or $20 an hour. You do the same thing. What do you want to get paid? Well, of course, you're going to get paid. You're going to want the $20 an hour. And that's the same thing here. Do you want to get paid the minimum or the maximum? So you start out, if you're doing this as a serious business, you come in as a wealth builder, you do it once, and that's your startup cost. So $500 to get started with it, it's actually less than that. But to get started with a business that can pay you up to $750,000 a month or more. I know people who are actually making more than that in this industry. And then you have a monthly overhead. Think of it as overhead. What does it cost to keep your business doors open on a monthly basis? And it's going to be about the same thing. You're going to spend anywhere from $300 to $500 a month. I just bought my products the other day. It's all in product. It's not blue sky. It's not advertising. It's not paperwork. It's not, that you're throwing the money out the window. You have to buy a certain dollar amount of product, and that qualifies you to get paid. And in this business, you're buying $300 worth of product. I just bought mine the other day with shipping and tax and everything like that. It was about $340. And that qualifies me now for the month to get paid. And you do that month after month after month. So that's kind of the two things that I talk about is what do you have to do? Those are the two things you have to do to get started. And then the next thing that you have to do is you have to go out and you start looking for other people who want to start a business. If they want to just eat hamburgers, they're not going to go start a hamburger stand. They're not going to start a restaurant that sells hamburgers. In this business, if all you can do is buy products and that, you're not really looking at starting business. With this, you're looking for people. You're looking for three serious people who want to start a business, and you explain the overhead, you explain the startup costs, let them listen to this video, let them listen to this audio that we're doing right now, and it explains it. And you find three people, and then you help them find three people who want to do the exact same thing. And Katie will talk about a product. And we've got 30 plus products that you could choose from, different packs, things like that you can do. And Katie does an excellent job of describing that. But what you're going to do is then you have your overhead each month. You find three people that want to do the exact same thing, and the exact same thing is helping those three go out and find three that want to do the same thing. And then you help those 9 people, because 3 people who find 3, that's 9. And you help those 9 people go out and find 3. 3 times 9 is 27. So now you have 27 people on that level. You have 9 people on the level above that, and you have 3 people above that. So those 3 that you found, you only know 3, and you leverage those 3 to find 3 each, and you leverage those 9 to find 3 each. Now you got 39 people in your organization. If everybody is doing exactly what I said, they're buying $300 worth of product on a monthly basis, you're going to make right around $1,000 a month, give or take, depending on bonuses and commissions and things like that. You're going to be making about $1,000 a month. I'll tell you what business can you do where you can go out and find 3 people who will join you that understand the whole objective of building a business, and now you're going to go out and build $1,000 a month. It puts you in the top 3% of network marketers in the world. It puts you in the top 3% of network marketers in the world. But folks, it doesn't stop there, because now if you take those same 39 people and you teach them each to go out and find 3 people, that turns into what? Now you have 81 in your organization, 81 people. So now you're going to be making about $1,700 a month. You go one level deeper, you have those 81 people, you help them each find 3. You have 243 people in your organization. And you take a look at that, that's going to be paying you about $2,500 a month. Folks, I'm telling you, it really is as simple as I'm saying. You don't have to know the compensation plan. You notice I didn't say, oh, here we have, compensation plan number 1, where you sell product and you make 25% by selling product. I didn't explain that, you get paid 7 levels deep, you get paid 7%. I didn't explain that you have a bonus that you get paid just for being at a certain rank. I didn't have to explain matching bonuses, any of that stuff, because honestly, when you start getting into all that, especially with somebody that's new, guess what, Katie, they get confused. And when people get confused, guess what they do?
Stop working.
They sit down and they stop working because they're confused. Because that's what people have been taught to do in this world. Is they've been taught, well, don't take any risks, don't take any chances. If you stop, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know where you are, just stop and somebody will come and find you. That's what we've been taught in this world, and that's not what we want you to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach you a simple thing. Will you learn everything else? Will you learn some of the science? You bet. Not now. Katie, that's all I really wanted to say tonight. I'm going to jump off the call. I'm going to let you take over, folks. Thanks for being with us tonight. Those of you that are listening to the recording, thanks for listening to the recording. Get back to the person that got you here. It really is as simple as I'm saying. You don't have to make this thing complicated.